EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Ready to get it started here, Riley Patterson.
And off we go on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Richardson going right to the air.
Quick hitter here is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really wanted him to be that.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the points. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Richardson off the play fake.
Out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That one to get bolder with his pass rush, right?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, that They didn't even get a first down.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Fields. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're in the 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
And that's going to be another good run on first down. This one goes for 14 as he is eating them up here to begin the drive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Play action. Now Richardson.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The Colts at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. You talk about this Lions defense.
They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Touchdown, Colts! Great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. No return here for Claybrook, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense and may blitz more.
And that's caught inside the 35. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Kirby Joseph there to drop it. You talk about this Lions defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 2 first quarter field goal attempts for him. He's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2. Got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on They need 12 here. It's third down. From the gun, here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On 1st down, Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings.
Now Richardson from near his goal line.
He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
K'Lavon Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
To throw is Fields. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Out of the gun, Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Richardson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Richardson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
He gets the points. That really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Sets up a first down and goal at the 2-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Anthony Richardson as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point up and good. And a round is over here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. Fields again. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Colts take over first and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A final shot before the half. Richardson is going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Olave as time expires in the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead on the final play of the half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs to the 22-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
3rd and 2, Fields.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Shelling through the defense. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Taken in by Downs.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 21-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, but they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. And that's resulted.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yep. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Richardson, shotgun on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Taken right on the 30. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And they will take over 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Takes it to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. On play action, Fields. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Detroit.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter.
Thumbs up. Ready?
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guy.
And now here's another interception.
Fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights. This run of interceptions and great plays this kick has made. From snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 22 and a first down.
First down, Lions.
Another run for Gibbs here. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 47 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Richardson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 37-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Rolling to his right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
The offense on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of